And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace, and I can't see her.
Good morning.
She's camouflaged.
Yes, I am.
So what's the occasion today?
What's the occasion that I'm wearing camouflage?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought there was like some kind
Just in a camouflage wearing kind of mood.
Okay, she's that kind of gal, y'all. Well, let's see. We do have, let's recap first, and then we'll start talking about some of the elections that happened last night. First off, we want to say thank you for joining us this morning. This is your first time. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. We enjoy having new people all the time.
Yeah.
Hearing from the ones that are commenting with us all the time.
Yeah, so if you've got a comment, please post. We're also on YouTube. If you've got somebody that does not have Facebook and wants to be aware of the weather, you can also go to YouTube. It's live also there, and on another little thing called Twitch. And again, that may not be for everybody. Twitch is one of those where they play games and things like that, but it is a great place to stream video, and you can go there as a backup if something happens to one or the other. You get chunked out of Facebook or something for being bad.
Yes.
That can happen at a moment's notice
no, we
these
know,
days.
yeah. Or saying one little thing wrong.
Yeah, they get you.
Yeah.
So let's start talking about weather for a moment here and bring everybody up to date. Now, several things that we want to remind you of that's going to happen tonight. It's going to be late. First off, severe possible winds will be out to our west today, the Jackson area here. This is going to be this afternoon, west of Jackson. We're going to have gust, and that's going to be gust of 20 to 25 miles an hour. But out to our west, they're going to be sustained winds of 30, 35 there in the Jackson area. So if you're driving that way in an SUV, it'll blow you over.
Yeah.
Be careful.
It is hard to drive those things, though, to keep them steady.
It is.
You know, when you're
Remember the
driving.
old minivans? Minivans were bad about it
yeah.
also.
Yeah.
And wind, the lower it is, the better it is. Now, as we focus on our weather tonight, and let me pull up what the National Weather Service has for us, and then we'll kind of break it down from there. This is what the National Weather Service tells us. If you're west of Vicksburg, your timeline is 4 to 10 p.m. If you're in between Vicksburg and downtown Philadelphia to a Columbus line, 8 p.m. to 2 p.m. And if you're southeast of Philadelphia toward Meridian, that's going to be midnight till 2 a.m. So we've got some weather that's coming in until 5 a.m., moving in these overnight hours. So the Meridian area, like if you live in Collinsville, you live just south of town in Philadelphia, anytime after 10 o'clock, expect it. Now, at the line there at Philadelphia, 7:30, 8 o'clock, you could start seeing thunderstorms, and it'll slowly make its way toward the Meridian area. And this is going to include now in this midnight to 5 a.m., anybody that lives York, Alabama, Livingston, y'all are included in this also.
Okay.
So heavy rains will start, and then the possibility of severe weather starts around midnight. It is Mother Nature. Just have a weather eye anytime after dark 30. Let's just say that from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Just be weather conscious.
Right.
As I mentioned, make sure to have two ways of getting alerts, whether it's a NOAA weather, your cell phone, or watching me, because if you depend upon those sirens, you can sleep through it.
Yeah, sometimes, like, I cannot hear them good unless I'm outside. Now, in town, it's a little easier to hear.
Yeah, it's louder.
There's several. I don't know, or maybe there's not several. I don't know, but you can hear it in town. It's
Now,
a little harder out our way.
If I remember correctly, all of them go off. It doesn't do a breakdown like it does in parts of the county. I think all of them are triggered to go off no matter where it is in the county that it goes off. So if you hear it, get up, figure out where it is, and get to your safe place.
Yes.
So that's what we're looking at on weather tonight. And again, you never know. Better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, it is. I just hate it at night.
I know.
You know, I hate that. I won't sleep tonight. You can guarantee that.
Be running to the storm shelter.
We don't have one at the house, though. My mother has one, at her house, which is way over your way. But
Yeah.
we're about 8 miles from there, I guess.
Go over and sleep with your mama tonight. But have your weather plan. Know where you're going to go. And again, like Candace, if you don't have one, if you live close to where you can get to a store, go somewhere that stays open, that has solid, and get to the center of your home, away from windows. Bathtubs and things like that do work. You've seen so many times that people made it by jumping in a bathtub or something to that degree. Helmets help, all that good stuff there. Let's see, and I need to start off with an apology, Candace. You wasn't here to save me earlier.
What
I slaughtered a name. I mean, it was awful.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was bad. So she has spelled it out for me, so I'm going to recreate this moment and say I'm sorry and say her name properly as we've got it spelled out here.
Okay.
Renee Papalama No, I didn't. Papalama But see it here. Here it is. I wrote it down. Renee and Papalama. Did I say that right?
Papalambros.
Yeah, you sounded better than I did. Papalambros.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's a neat name.
I really tried,
really
is what I'm trying to say here. And I apologize for that. But thank you so much for watching, and
Yes.
I'll get better at that as we go along. I'm really good at people named Smith.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That
like
would
a
be an easy
natural
one.
for me.
Yeah.
So there we go. Let's say a few good mornings to some folks that are up stirring already today.
Miss Joyce Godwin says good morning, and Carol Watson, good morning to you.
Charlene Gaddy, oh, she's stirring today. She got her flip-flops on. Also, Tabby Joe Long is up. And Lynn Swain has a gorgeous day in downtown Preston. Well, actually, it's Linville.
Yeah. Miss Sue Gerald is saying good morning to us, and Elmer Talbert is watching.
Oh,
Thank you.
Along with Brian Guess, watching from Philadelphia. Ann Cook is up today. Milton Savelle. Also, Galen Bradshaw. Good morning to everybody. Hopes they have a great day.
Iron Hillman is watching, and it is their birthday. So
Well,
happy birthday.
Yeah, I hope you have a great one there. Birthday
Yes.
cake, lots of candles. And I'm really into that whipped icing that they got over at Winn-Dixie. I'm just not going to lie about
You
it.
just ate it with the spoon right out
That
of
is
the
a
cart.
good cake. I don't know how to make that whipped icing. I got to learn.
Oh, on the cakes that
Yeah.
they make? Oh, yeah, it is good.
I've got to try that. And I've never been a baker, but good stuff there. Let's see. Good morning to Sue Gerald. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
Let's see.
Miss Linda Jane Lunsford says good morning.
And Linda Luke is up today. Thank you also. Now, let's talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. It was the elections, Democrat elections yesterday, and there will be some runoffs coming. And Meridian will have some of these also. As you go to the mayor's race yesterday, it's going to be between, and again, you have to have 51% to win, to where there's no runoff. And it looks like Jimmy Smith and Percy will go to the elections. Percy got 35, and Jimmy got 40%.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see that. I mean, just like a 5% difference. I'm anxious
Yeah.
to see how that's going to turn out.
So you've got the supporters, and the strong one in there was Kim Houston, where her supporters and who she'll throw her support behind.
Yeah.
She had a little over 800 votes, and Tyrone Johnson had 300, and then Randall Jenkins had roughly about 100 votes. So
Yeah.
the sway of who they announce and support could win the election for them.
Right. Yeah.
Going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting. You said that's when
The
runoff?
27th, I looked it up on the website. The 27th of April
Okay.
is when that runoff will be. As you go to Council Ward 2, Dwayne Davis looks like he's won that with 80% of the votes against Eddie Gray Holt. Let's see, Meridian Ward, Council Ward 3, possibly a runoff here. Joe Norwood with 45% and Fannie Johnson with 33%. So that's headed to that. And coming in third was a little over 200 votes there that will go to one of those and will take someone over the top.
Right.
As you go to Council Ward 4, and these are the Democratic side here. Looks like we've got a winner there with Ramonda Walker. Is that how you pronounce that? Romand?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Romand.
Romand. We'll go with
Romanda.
that. It looks like we got a winner there. And then Ward 5, 42% leading is Tisha Tybell Lindsay. And the closest thing to that would be Alan Willis with 22%. So a runoff looks like there. As you go to the Philadelphia, it was a clear winner in the mayor Democrat side. It looks like James A. Young, who is the incumbent, will be now going up against Leo, I believe you pronounce his name?
Ronaldo.
He won on the Republican side with 82%.
Okay. Yeah.
If you do the figures, now not everybody goes out. That's probably one of the weaker elections. People just don't pay it attention. It'll probably get more attention this next go-round.
It really should be, though, more attention put on that, because that's an important,
It is.
it's a very important role.
But you'd be shocked as
position.
to how many people that I bumped into yesterday that goes, I didn't even realize there was an election going on. There's a lot of that. And you get caught up in your everyday travels and you don't realize it.
Yeah. A lot of people don't have, like, local channels. You'd be surprised
That's right.
on TV, and they just watch, like, satellite, or
Satellite,
something
yeah,
like
and you
that,
just-
or who, like the, what do you call it?
Netflix.
Like Netflix and stuff like that. So a lot of people don't keep up if they don't see it on their phone. So
Yeah, you're absolutely right on
Yeah.
that, and it just blows by you. Let's see, we get into Board of Aldermen, Ward 3 there in Neshoba County. It looks like James Tatum will win over Darrell Young. Let's see, Ward 4 there in Neshoba County in Philadelphia. It looks like there will be a runoff in that also. Jathan Nichols maybe, and Ruthie Nash look like they had the top tier there. When you go down to Union, not a clear winner on the Republican side for mayor. You got Brad Capps at 48% and Rex Germany at 46%.
yeah.
So that's tight.
So that'll be a runoff, right?
159 to 167, yeah.
Okay.
And then you've got a trailer there with 20 votes, and those 20 people
Right.
will
We'll
end
go
up
to
deciding
somebody.
who gets
Yeah.
that. Let's see, Union Ward 2, clear winner there with Robert Blunt winning that. As you get down to Newton on the Democrat side, without a doubt, Antonio Terrell Hoy walks with 64% of the votes that came into that.
Yeah.
Now, all of this is not certified yet. This is just a preliminary, and it looks like it, and it'll be certified later after
Right.
all absentees and everything is accounted for. But this is a good look at it. Alderman Ward 3 there in Newton. Looks like it went to Eric. Did you say that McAfee?
I think it's McAlphia, the way it's
Yeah.
spelled. McAlphia, maybe.
There's a
Got
reason.
63%.
Yeah, congratulations on that. As we go down to Stonewall, Jerry Rich, and boy, you want to talk about a close one there when you get down to Stonewall on the Republican side for mayor. 102 votes for Jerry Rich, 95 for Greg Mangum. That was with inches, and it gives it
Yes.
52% there to Jerry, so he will walk away with the head of that. Stonewall,
Now, what do you do with this?
well, the top three will most
Okay.
likely be in a runoff.
That's what I was thinking, like, and only 16%. That's not that big of a,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, how do you, 15, 16, 19? I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
how you go about doing that. I mean, how do you determine
Well,
who's in a runoff?
It'd be the top. It'd be your top
Three.
ones
Okay.
because they're all tied. Is
Right.
the way I see it. And of course, I'm not an election official, but more of this will come out at a later time as they certify everything and announce and get everything ready for it. But it looks like Kim Street, Ricky Carpenter, and Benji Fleming will be in a runoff.
Okay.
And then everybody that voted for Richard Smith and Shannon, as it goes down,
Right.
those votes will be very, very close there.
Okay.
They will make the election there. As you go down to Hickory Ward 1, it looks like a clear winner there, Lori Gillespie. In Shibuda, it looks like a clear winner there for Shibuda mayor on the Democrat side, Cleveland Peoples, or Baba.
Got a nickname going on.
Yeah, 69% there. And then last but not least there on the Shibuda Board of Aldermen, for the folks that are down from that area there, it looks like a runoff will be going there also with Dora McFarland, Tori Miles, and it'll be several in that because the list goes on. It's just one or two votes separating everybody on that.
Yeah.
And I hope we mentioned your area. If we didn't, send us a note. We'll be glad to pass that along. But a runoff coming.
Right. You did pretty good with all the names. I mean,
Oh,
some
no.
unique names up in there.
There's I don't think CNN's going to be calling me later today going, Scotty Ray, come on over. We need you to help out with the 24 election.
I mean, there were some difficult names to pronounce. I mean, first and last names. You did good.
It would take the first world leader that I came to and go, you mind just saying your name for me?
Yeah, we're going to let you do that. We're going to let you
Yeah,
do
we're going to put the hot potato back on you. I would be horrible because, especially when you get to foreign countries, I speak Southern English pretty well.
Well, you know I'm Southern, so. And I was trying to even, like, if I do talk to text on here, there's no telling what it's going to put. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Now, I want to
My
bring
thoughts.
this up also before we go into we have another round of bad weather after this rolls through tonight. Friday night into Saturday morning, as we pull this up for the National Weather Service, we've got another round of this coming. It's going to be late Friday night, just like this round is, into early Saturday morning, and we're already at a 2 on this. So just stay tuned. I'll keep you up to date on all of this as we go through this. And so be ready. It'll be something coming with it.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, I'm so tired of bad weather.
I think we
already.
all
I've had
are.
my fill of it.
But you've got, as we look at the outlook, we've got 3 more months of possible tornadic and then we roll into the nasty stuff that rolls in from hurricanes.
Right.
And that will kick off June 1st.
Mm-hmm. All these people that moved to the beach, I mean, I just couldn't, I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed to have an impact on the coast. I mean, if there's a hurricane coming in, it's going to be some kind of impact. With us, it's kind of hit or miss,
And you've really got to feel for these people, because I read an article the other day to where insurance rates in Florida is fixing to double, if not triple, with the way the insurance companies are dealing with this. And there's people that have roof leaks that hadn't got it fixed from the last go-round. And a lot of folks can't even get insurance down there now.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it is hard. And with everything going up, I don't know how people can afford to keep insurance up when they go up. I mean, it's already high, especially health insurance. I know that it doesn't have anything to do with
that home insurance down through there is pretty rough there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of insurance companies that if you weren't already had insurance, you couldn't get insurance after all those storms hit and billions of dollars was paid out. But always, today is a great day to make sure that your home insurance is up to date.
Yeah, that's right.
Make sure your payment is in.
Give them a call, like right when we get off the show, or right now. Okay.
Yeah, and another thing to remember now, most homes do not have flood insurance. Keep that in mind. If there comes a big rain, it doesn't cover it. If you don't buy that specifically, it's not going to cover it.
It always pays off to read your policy. I don't care if you think you know what you got, read it through, because I know one time I was reading on my policy where it did not cover named storms.
Do what?
Yeah, it did not cover named storms. So I took that as like hurricanes.
Right.
Any kind of like damage from a hurricane or I don't know.
Well, the Weather Channel has gotten really good at naming everything lately.
Right, and this was after Katrina, because
Gotcha.
we all had a bunch of damage from Katrina.
Yeah,
I know we did, because we felt it all the way up here, But anyway, after that, our policies had that in it. So I don't know if anybody else saw that, but I was concerned about it after that, because I thought, well, we could have another Katrina at some point.
We could.
And if we had damage, is that going to cover that? So anyway.
When that stuff, it gets violent. So just check, just a friendly reminder, check your policies there. One morning I'll bring somebody in that is real good about insurance, and just do a talk with us about what you need, because it is important. It gets confusing of what you got, what you need, and deductibles. It's one of those things. Also, a lot of people have the $500 deductible on their home. Well, if you have your home for 30 years and you never use it, have a little bit higher deductible so that your premium is lower each month. That helps.
Yeah, it does help when you have
but you'll have to come up with a chunk,
right?
If something were to happen. But it keeps somebody from reporting a screen too.
Yeah, it does.
Figured, hey, we want to say a big thank you to Sue Hamner, watching from the big city of Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide, I guess I believe she would be Roll Tide there.
She might. Well,
she could be, but it could be an Auburn fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say she could be an Auburn fan, but I don't want to say that she might be going. No.
Never know. So let us know what you are, so we'll be on the right path there. And Nancy Clark put out a big statement there, and I believe what she said. She said, you can't believe how many people didn't turn out to vote, but they still complain.
Well, that's exactly what I said, and that's always going to be the case, even in national elections. You know, when we're voting for president, so many people want to complain about the ones that get, that win, but you don't want to make the effort to get out there and cast your vote. So,
all right, let's do a rough here. All right, let's say 2,000. We're looking at 37, 47, less than 5,000 people, and that's just a quick guess there. Less than 5,000 people determined who's going to be mayor, and look how many people. 40+ thousand that live in the city limits of Meridian, and only 5,000 turning out to vote yesterday.
But I wonder if the case is like we said. I mean, how many people just didn't even know about it?
It very well could be.
There needs to be some other kind of a way to get the information out there. You know?
Eventually it will turn to this, to where it goes boop and pops to you and goes, hey, you need to go vote today.
Well, I mean, you get a notification about everything else.
Yeah, but you don't get it on that.
Yeah.
And it never hurts to, if you've got a neighbor, knock on the door and go, hey, did you remember to go vote today? It doesn't hurt to do that. And some people don't have a way to get there. Give them a ride, if it's your neighbor there. Just small thoughts. We don't know everything, but we pass along what we can. Thank you to Jeremiah Johnson for watching this morning. I think of the movie every time I read your name. I'm not going to lie. Did you ever watch that?
What movie?
Jeremiah Johnson. Come on now.
I did not. Well, is it really hard to believe that I didn't watch it? Every time you ask me if I've seen something or heard something, I'm like, no, I don't know.
Okay, Candace, the big question in life here, and this is like on a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm glad you're married because if you answer this wrong, I would have never got you married.
Oh, Lord.
I'm so thankful this man didn't ask me this. Have you watched Josie Wells?
No.
There's no way you'd get a man. I mean, it's over for you. You would have, I bet that man wouldn't have married you if he'd known that.
Oh, well.
It's important if you're watching somewhere today, Google it and watch it if you've never watched Josie Wells, The Outlaw.
Okay.
It's important.
Why is it important?
It's
Scotty
the
Ray?
greatest Western ever made.
Am I supposed to learn something from
Yes,
it?
you are.
What do I learn?
When he spits, he's fixing to kill you.
Oh, okay.
It was really a great movie. Clint Eastwood at his finest. I can't believe you wouldn't watch that.
Sorry. I told you a while back, Westerns were not my thing. My daddy loved them, but now they just ain't my thing.
Well, it's not but about 3 to 5 of them that are just classics, and that ranks at the top there for anybody that's watching, just don't know any better. And Sue said she's Bama all the way. So now we know.
Yeah, I'm an Alabama fan too, Sue.
Oh, you're Alabama?
I am. I'm not one of those diehard, like, know everything about everybody on the team type Alabama. I'm not that, but
I used to watch Mississippi State, and then they got to bellyache and wanted to protest, and, well, I don't watch anymore. So I still wear the shirts because my boy's there, but I ain't got much for you now. You're losing anyway.
Well.
They are. I mean, let's face it.
Oh, well, anyway. We love everybody.
State. Bless their heart. And I did go to a game, and it took me 5.5 hours to get out of there. So I'm watching on television if I were ever to give in. But sports, I tell you,
I'm not a huge sports watcher.
I'm not now.
I used to watch like gymnastics because I was a big I liked to do gymnastics, and I used to be a gymnast like that. So I used to watch that all the time on TV, like Mary Lou Retton. And
oh boy.
those, yeah.
She was in Scrooged, if I remember, wasn't she? She was a little girl that done all the thing with Bill Murray.
Yeah, she probably was. I don't know. I don't remember that part, but I used to watch her all the time in the Olympics and doing all what she did. But she was great.
So were you into that girl? And I think she was Russian, called Nadia. You remember her?
Comaneci.
I don't know her last name. I just remember the name Nadia, and she was supposed to be
Nadia Comaneci.
She's supposed to be great.
Yeah. I watched her and Mary Lou Retton and all of them. I always wanted to be that good, but I was not that good, obviously. I mean, I could do back handsprings and back tucks.
Let's just go ahead and be honest. Is there any Southerner who ever sits down and watches the Winter Olympics? Yeah, not hardly.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only part of the Olympics I would watch. I didn't watch all the other stuff, but I remember watching, like, ice skating. Did you ever watch that kind of stuff? Did your mom ever watch that?
I don't have a man purse. No, I did not watch that.
You didn't watch the men skating around in tights?
No.
Okay.
And, and I know, y'all, and what I just said, I know that there's men that feel compelled to tote a man purse.
Yeah. I
just ain't that guy. I believe in cowboy hats, and if you can't tote it under your arm, make 2 trips.
Yeah.
I ain't having one. That's just not my style. So enough about that.
Yeah.
All righty then. Let's see what kind of news stories is going on across America today. Also, Debbie Penny, good morning. She thinks we're funny. Depends upon the day of the week.
Galen says Josie Wells was the best movie of all time.
It was.
I have missed out. I guess I'm going to have to watch it.
Now, we got to admit that, Sandra Locke, for some reason, Clint Eastwood thought she was the hottest thing that was ever put on this earth. To me, she was not so hot. But, she was in like 5 or 6 of his movies, Dirty Harry's and all of those.
Yeah.
And he even lived with her for like 30 years before he chunked her out.
I was wondering if he dated her.
He did.
Okay.
But he portrayed her in those movies as being it on a stick. And I guess you have to go back to 1840, 1850 and think about, you didn't see many women probably out in the Western there, and she probably did get to looking good.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know. Some of them women look rough.
The thing about Westerns, you always have to give Clint Eastwood kind of credit on this in his movies is, in most movies, they portray women back in there when there was no air conditioning, of having the perfect makeup in their hair. It wasn't that way.
Well, in Westerns, most of them are like in saloons.
Yeah.
the women.
And you know good and well they didn't look that great.
Right.
It was hot, sweaty, no AC coming down. And then number 2, of course, would be Lonesome Dove coming in there. That was really close to what went on there.
Mm-hmm. Most of them were like either worked in the saloon or like were women of the night.
Women of the evening.
Women of the evening. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's about the only time. I mean, there was a couple of them that weren't, but that was like a normal thing back then in westerns.
Yeah, well, that's where that type of men went to.
Yeah,
it didn't follow the old boy that plowed, and he was the gunfighter, the tough guy, and he looked for tough women.
Yeah.
And that's where they found. Before long, it'll be, I guess, culture. That'll be canceled that you can't have saloon girls.
Probably so.
Camp
I don't
town
know,
ladies.
though. I mean, I don't know. We have a vice president that thinks prostitution ought to be legalized. So
yeah.
And I saw an interview where she stated that.
Let's just step back a second. Ever in your life of growing up, did you think the vice president of the United States would say that it was okay?
No.
And then America go, okay,
well, the way she put it was that, and I saw this on a thing called The Root. That's the name of the show, where they interview people. But the guy had asked her about it, and she said, yes, she thought that women ought to be able to support their families or support their children or whatever in any way that they saw fit, and that she didn't see anything wrong with it. So.
Well, there you go. The vice president of the United States. That's just something to ponder on today there. As we were just talking about, people that didn't show up to vote, it does count. That's what will happen to you. Carolyn Knight Bowen said, woohoo, Matt Dillon is the man. Of course, that's how Dylan Ray got his name.
Oh, is it?
That's exactly how I named him.
Okay.
I was trying to think of a name. I remember sitting on the couch when we decided to have O'Dillon, and I had to come up with that name that went with Ray. And I got to thinking how much I like Matt Dillon. I said, that's it. That's who I'm naming that boy after.
I remember when y'all had Dylan, on the radio,
Yeah.
And then when y'all had Madison, because I have a Madison too. So
boy, how time has flown. 26 years ago. Oh, I'm old. I'm gonna leave that alone.
My daughter's 25. Yeah.
You old too.
My oldest one's 25, and my younger girl is soon to be 23.
Have mercy.
Then I got a 18-year-old boy, and then my little one is gonna be 7.
What about the other 3 that you didn't mention? How many
got
kids?
no more. That's it. 4.
Lord, can you?
No, I have a stepson. I have a stepson, Tanner. Yes, and he is the same age as my daughter. My oldest one.
I almost feel
25.
guilty here of not telling when I introduced you to your husband there, and y'all got all hooked up of that he's gonna have to have 25. A minivan, have to trade in his truck, take all y'all to dinner.
We do have a group. We like the Brady Bunch. Okay, yeah. So we have 2 25-year-olds, my stepson Tanner and Madison. And I mean, it's fun though when we do get them together, which is rare. They all pretty much get along, which is great.
I'm thinking I can't afford Candace.
Oh.
I couldn't have enough bedrooms.
Now my boy that's going to be 18, it's like a nonstop eater. He's eating, snacking all the time. Like he's up at midnight snacking, eating cookies. Like if you buy sweets, you better get it while it getting's good because it ain't going to be there in the next
I went out with a little girl from Snell one time the same way. It didn't work out with us. She just snacking on everything all the time. As we turn to some headlines this morning, this is in eastern Alabama that this happened. They show up to work on Monday morning, and then somebody's trying to open up, flip the lights on. Somebody goes, there's something not out there. And they realize quickly that 7 vehicles were missing from the lot. $400,000 worth of cars and trucks are stolen. And, of course, they went for the big deal there. They grabbed a Dodge Charger, another Dodge Charger, and 4 F-250s and a Dodge Ram truck. $400,000 stolen there off the lot. It probably happened late Saturday night. So, of course, I'm sure there's a reward out from the insurance company that insured this dealership.
That would be a sick feeling to look out there and then be just gone.
The only thing that I can remember compares to this, and I think it was Texas, to where somebody over a weekend stole off like 150 cars, all the tires off a dealership one night.
Really?
And the video showed a U-Haul pulling up into the parking lot, and they got out with jacks, and they had enough blocks where they just went down through there and stole all the tires.
Oh, gosh. I had a customer come in the other day and told me that, she said, my car got stolen last night. I was like, what? She said, yeah, we got up this morning, and she said her husband asked her, did you move the car? And she said, no, I didn't move the car. And It was gone.
Are they the type that leaves keys in cars?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the thing was, but no, they usually, don't leave keys in the car. But anyway, they stole her vehicle and wrecked it.
Ooh.
Like, I think she said they pretty much totaled it. So,
that's just bad. You work hard, you get up every day, and then somebody comes along, steals your stuff. And no matter if the insurance company gives you $5,000, what if your car is 3-4 years old, you got it paid for?
Right.
That's not going to replace the great car that you had, because you can never find.
Well, then you're going to end up even, like, they're only going to give people, I would imagine, what the value of the car, maybe. They'll give you that much. I don't know how all that works. So if you got another one, you're going to end up with another note.
Yep.
That's
the moral of that story goes, a thief costs you.
Right. And I don't know if they've caught them or not. I hope they have. But
downtown Cow Creek this morning makes a statement. That's Britt Gully, and he said that he thinks Festus Ray would have been a great name for a kid's name.
Festus Ray.
I love me some Festus. We find out in headlines today that it was a Navy hospital corpsman that done the shooting in Maryland yesterday. Tragic of what went on there. Just, you hate to see these things. You were talking about your good buddy there that believes in what women ought to be able to do across America. She's gotten a new desk. Have you seen this? It's fit for a president is the way it's worded on the headline there. She gets her own Resolute desk built by the reclaimed wood from the USS Constitution and a piece of metal from the USS Arizona from Pearl Harbor.
She ought to really love that, seeing as how she can't walk up on the plane and even speak to a military person that's standing there in front
Still
of her.
hadn't made it to the border yet. She's we're about 13, 14 days into that. So just so you know, that's her new desk that she's gotten there in Washington. That snuck up on me. I didn't reel it. In other news, we turn to, I don't get people, the thieves. They go to a cemetery. This was Jefferson Davis's chair that was given. It is set in a cemetery, and there it was worth, shockingly, $500,000, the ornamental work on it. Surprised that it has not been stolen before now, but they're demanding that the sons of the daughters of the Confederacy place a banner outside of their headquarters in Virginia stating their demands, or they're going to use it for a toilet. I mean, come on. They've got video of them getting it from the cemetery. Still no arrest, but that's headlines out there. Texas.
It's just getting better every day.
Yeah, it's something. Every day as you put it there. I still can't see you with all that camouflage on over there.
I know, I'm just
The Texas governor says, nope, it's not going to happen here in Texas. We're not going to use these vaccine passports. So they can do what they want, but we're not in Texas.
So what do they do? I mean, vaccine passports, they're not.
It would be something that they're trying to invent to where you'd have to have a card to where anything that you've done to get on an airplane, any building that you go in, you'd have to show that you've been tested in. Okay.
I know that I think it's Hawaii.
I don't doubt anything.
They're coming up with a digital vaccine
card basically
thing?
The same thing they're talking about. In Texas, there's no way we're not doing it. And I commend them for that. Texas has been strong of, we got our baseball going, and then he says, I ain't chunking your baseball out with y'all hanging out with those people from Atlanta.
Yeah.
So lots going on there as well. Let's see here. This is what this guy will never come willingly to trial as we look at the George Floyd case.
George Floyd's friend who allegedly gave him a fake $20 bill and drugs cocktail.
He is the friend that was with him when all this went down. And then George Floyd goes in and uses the $20 bill, which is fake, come from this guy. And that's why the cops were originally called, because he was passing counterfeit money.
Okay.
So it was the best buddy that was riding with him in the car that will not testify because it would incriminate himself. And it looks like, and until proven in a court of law, that he may have been his ally in drugs, maybe, of giving him something that he shouldn't have had that was illegal. And he's not going to testify whatsoever to any way in the case. Of course,
so
I'm
it
sure.
Sounds like he could have been the cause of the whole situation.
Yeah,
everything. But
because if you take something, it can make you act
right
different than you normally would.
And some people just, they don't even. I mean, I don't know in this case, but people who are drug addicts or on drugs, I mean, they'll just take anything from anybody. I mean, you don't know what's in what. You don't know what's laced with what. So that's scary.
Even what they call these instant things that people, and I know so very little about drugs. I've never,
I don't know that
one
much about
item in my life have I ever done. Nothing. A cigarette is the only thing I've ever tried in my life. I know others that have, and I know somebody that I guess it was marijuana, and they laced it with something else. And
That's what I'm saying.
They're messed up in the head now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, anything like that can happen, and you don't know. And people have lost their minds and like never
serious.
the same again. Some people have tried a drug and been hooked on it the first time they try it, and from then on, their life is just ruined.
And most of these people that come out of this, they think people are following them. They see things that we can't see.
Right.
And you have to remember, they really do see it.
Oh, yeah. It's a sickness. It's definitely it's a sickness. So.
And see, Gail Gafford loves Texas. She says they're doing things right out in Texas. So thumbs up on that. Susan Atkinson said that VP has no American pride.
I don't think, that's kind of how I feel too. I just, when I saw her walk up on the plane the other day.
You said I missed that. She didn't salute?
Well, she didn't even check up, like, hello, or you could tell she didn't speak. She didn't even acknowledge. There was one on each side of the steps, and she never even said a word, never even checked up. Usually, people will salute them or at least shake their hand or so. I don't, but she didn't even acknowledge them.
And poor old Joe's
like zero respect,
Joe's just thinking, can I get to the top? I think I can. That's what's going through his head.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Gosh.
Bless his heart there.
He was moving pretty quick that day, though, when he fell. I was surprised.
Do y'all remember the story of the gentleman that they tried to fake his wife's death for some insurance money, basically?
And she went along with it, and she went to jail, right?
Yep. And now he's going to jail. They have passed sentence. What they done, this is the couple here. And let's see, this is where they threw the wheelchair off of the viewing area there, and then they reported that she fell off. That's in the new River Gorge National Park in West Virginia. He's going to jail for a year for his part of that.
So she was in a wheelchair, and they threw the wheelchair over.
And then he called the cops and said, "Hey, my wife died. I can't find her." So
if you're in a wheelchair, usually you can't walk. So wouldn't it be obvious if you've got a wheelchair over the rail that you didn't do it if you were in the wheel?
It'd be kind of hard. If you look at that picture here, how would you get the wheel? I don't know.
That's
it's
just
a good
crazy
point.
To me. I don't know.
And I'm sure that's what questioned everybody to go, something's fishy here.
Yeah. That wasn't even like a well thought out.
A lot of crimes are not.
Crazy. That ought to be on America's Dumbest Criminals.
Yeah. These people could not have worked on Ocean's 11 set.
No.
Would not have happened.
I did see that movie.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. That was really good.
See, it was just so-so to me. It didn't...
You didn't like that? See, I like thriller type,
Well, I like thrillers, too. Like,
it's not really a thriller. What would you... Action, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, let's go back
Action
to Morgan
one.
Freeman, Along Come a Spider.
Well... Now, I didn't see that either.
Oh, my gosh,
if
that's
it was
a great
freaky,
show.
Kind of like...
No, they had nothing to do with that. He was
I don't know.
He was a retired detective. And
I must have thought that, so I didn't watch it.
And a kid was kidnapped, and he had to solve the crime.
Okay.
And it was just the name of it, Along Come a Spider, and the criminal being the spider.
Yeah.
And he solves it. Boy, go back and y'all watch that one if you've never watched it.
Did you see the Denzel Washington one where, I'm trying to think of the name of it, where his son was sick and had to go in the hospital?
Yes.
And like...
He takes over the hospital.
Yeah,
and he's trying
that was a really good movie.
And I guess I should make an apology now, because I was asked this was probably 20 years ago when that was out. I was asked to come speak at and I think they've moved now, that doctor has, to come speak at a ladies' garden club. And I did. And we were talking about the different ways, and we were talking, somehow or another I got into what a parent's love, how far you would go.
Right.
And I brought up the movie and talked about how the doctor wanted so much money, and he took over, and I was standing up in a doctor's house and didn't know it.
Oh, really?
She left the room.
Oh, gosh.
And I thought, that's kind of odd that lady just left when I was talking. And then she was a doctor's wife, and I don't remember your name, but boy.
Well, is that not, though, like, what would you do? What would you do if your child needed some kind of a life-saving surgery and you couldn't afford it? And they were just going to die if they didn't have it.
I know.
That would be the worst feeling in the world. I think I would.
And
I'd sell everything I had. I would just.
And he was going to give his life for his son in there. He had the bullet to do it, to make sure he got it. And I think
I would do. I mean, I
Yeah.
would give my life for my
Absolutely.
kids.
I wouldn't even blink about the
Yeah.
situation.
I wouldn't either.
But I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me. And if you remember the name of the Denzel
Man on
Washington.
Fire. Was it Man on Fire?
No, that was where he was the bodyguard.
Okay, that was a good one too. Though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Candace actually
what
knows a
is-
movie.
I love action-filled movies now. I do.
Oh, we're testing it. Oh, we've got the John Q is the movie.
Okay. Yes.
Thanks, Damon.
Yes.
Damon Reagan answered that. That was a great show.
It really was.
And it just goes again to show you how messed up healthcare is in America. Go to the store. Piggly Wiggly will be having a bargain later today.
Yes.
Get it while you can, because here's the headline today of what's going on, and it is there could be a shortage of ketchup next.
Now ketchup.
That's those little packets
The little
that you go in
packets.
and rip it open and squirt it
Okay.
out, and you get it all over you.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it really possible to open these little doodaddies here without squirting it on yourself?
I do okay with these. It's the ones where you got to peel the lid off. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Those
down at
ketchup
Chick-fil-A?
things. Yeah, well, those are, there's ketchup ones that you have to peel
Yeah.
the lid off. Every time I'm going to sling it everywhere. It's going to pop out on me. Something.
Those mess me up. I just can't seem to peel it back, and then I'll get to pushing in
We
my
get
face.
like this much ketchup out of one.
Yeah, and I'm a ketchup man.
You got to open like 10 of them to have enough for some French fries.
It's just daubing
Yeah.
constantly.
But
doing
I need to go, if it's going to be a ketchup shortage, I just need to go get ketchup. I mean, I'm serious, because my son is a ketchup eater, my little one.
Oh, I'm there with it. I don't put it on eggs, and
No, I don't either.
some people do, but I put it on most any. If it's a piece of meat, I'm all over it with ketchup.
I have seen people put it on eggs, though. Every time I see somebody put it on eggs, I remember the Patsy Cline movie Sweet Dreams, where she realizes she's pregnant because she's sitting in the cafe with all her little band members,
Yeah.
and one of them slapping ketchup all over some scrambled eggs, and she goes, "Please don't eat that." She runs to the bathroom.
It will turn your stomach
Yeah.
for sure. Oh, Patsy. It looks like, you know how you have a group of followers, they're all supporting you, and then, well, something slips out and they turn on you. Tiger King has issues today. They're turning on him while and they say he should rot in jail now as new audio comes out of him declaring Carol Baskin that she needs to die.
Poor Joe.
He's got it bad up in there. I mean, his husband, boyfriend won't call him.
Goodness.
There he is there. There's a picture of him.
Lord.
And that's her there. And, yeah, that's
I wonder
messed
how his
up.
hair looks up in the prison now.
I don't know.
No, he's got that bleached hair.
Yeah.
I'm sure they ain't bleaching it up in the prison.
Yeah, they don't do that, do they?
No,
Yeah, they used to shave your head when you went to jail. I don't know if that's still a common thing or not.
I don't know. I don't know if they shave your head or not, but
You know, to keep lice and whatnot
Right.
out in prisons.
And women don't get theirs shaved, though. I mean, I
Good
guess
point.
they just up a creek if they, get
Yeah.
it.
Eek. But
Don't even talk about lice. That's just. ugh.
Joe
I'm
is
itching.
not, does it make you itch?
It makes me feel like I got stuff crawling in my. I don't even talk about it.
That's like if you think you got a tick on you, go to itching
Oh, yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah, all you got to do is see one. And then,
I'm a bug phobic. Like a bugophobic. What do you call it? I don't know. I just don't like bugs.
It's shocking here with ESPN. They actually fired somebody. Usually they support anything that's wild and weird that has nothing to do with sports, but they have fired one of their announcers. He's an NBA analysis. And let me show, before I show this, it's blurred out, and let me close that. It's blurred out. It really doesn't show anything. But he posted a picture of himself online of smoking, I guess, a joint,
Yeah.
and then a scantily dressed lady in the background. Is that a good way to word that?
Twerking.
Yeah, she was twerking there. And it's blurred out, but,
Right.
you don't do that, especially if you got a nice big gig there.
Right.
But that didn't show anything ugly. It's just you don't do it.
Well, I mean, people are able to do whatever they want to do nowadays. So, I mean, I guess he just thought he was just going along with the flow.
Yeah,
you
because,
know?
ESPN's let everybody else do whatever they want.
Right. So, no morals at all on TV anymore.
Some
Not
people,
much.
no, it's not.
I
No.
mean, not much at all. So,
The next thing that's going to be going on, you may be into the newer side of country music. They have announced the big names that they're trying to suck people in to be able to watch it. Carrie Underwood, Blake Shelton, and Miranda Lambert are set to perform. And, of course, Blake and them, I guess, will bump into each other backstage, and we'll see if there's a cat fight of any
Yeah.
sort. But they've announced who's going to be singing on this. I can't watch it anymore. It makes no sense to me.
I'm surprised. What's Blake's soon-to-be wife's name?
Oh, that girl off of the show. Yeah, her.
Gwen Stefani.
That's her.
Yeah. Surprised she ain't on there.
Well, they put rappers in country music now.
That's like putting a square thing into a round. I mean, it just ain't gonna fit.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It just don't fit.
They try to they're trying to expand and appeal to new audiences. You need to take care of your own audience first. That's the key to success, is knowing who your people are.
Yeah, if you're watching like a country music show, just to me, rap and stuff does not blend in with that. I don't know. I'm not trying to just bash rap or anything, but I mean, that's like if somebody was watching a just totally rap thing and you threw in somebody singing, country music, they'd probably go, "Where'd that come from?"
I'm gonna go ahead and bash bro country because it's awful. I'm just gonna say it.
I don't care for that either. Some people do. I don't know why. I don't know if it's maybe the younger generation that likes rap too. I don't know. I never liked rap music though. It was not my thing. My kids turned it on in the car. I was like, "You can turn that off because I am not listening to that."
So that's what's out there. That's what's coming to the ACMs. Hope if you're into that, you can watch that. Let's talk about something we do know, and that's Joe out at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Great specials this week. They kick off today is Wednesday, correct? Yep. These specials start today. You can get the bell peppers, red, yellow, or orange, 2 for $3 there. New flyers out. You can get it when you walk in the door. On the vine, red ripe tomatoes, $1.49 a pound. Boy, don't that look good? Yeah.
It does look good.
Of course, cantaloupes, $1.99 each. You can get the ketchup, 2 for $3 while they got it. Y'all get there before there's a run on it. Get the hamburger dill chips, $1.69 a jar. You can get the hamburger helper if you want a quick way to cook, 4 for $5 there. Great deal on those. Dixie Crystals, 4-pound bag for $1.99. And if you're a cereal eater, they got you covered there with Fruity Pebbles. What's your favorite?
I don't like these kind. I like
Honeycomb Hideout.
Honey Bunches of Oats. That's my favorite kind.
Well, there you go. Now we know.
It's got almonds in it, or the one with pecans in it. I like those. But I used to eat Raisin Bran when I was little, though.
Ooh.
I mean, that's what my mother always bought was Raisin Bran.
See, I had her pegged for Special K, didn't y'all?
Well, I have eaten that with the red berries in it.
That's
it
not
was
mine.
My grandparents that had the Raisin Bran, not my mama. But yeah, constant. But I had to pour like tons of sugar on it to eat it.
Kind of defeated the purpose there. Of course, these are like contagious. If you eat one, you're going back for another. Chex Mix, $1.29 a bag. Oreo cookies, 2 for $7. You can get the margarine spread for 89 cents. Bologna, 4 for $5 there, that 12-ounce package. And if you're going to be doing some bacon, $3.29 for that 12-ounce. New York strips, if you're cooking this weekend, $9.99 a pound. Assorted pork chops, $1.49. And the baby back ribs, $3.99 per pound. Coca-Cola products, you can find it all at Joe and his gang at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Great folks, and they will take care of you. Friendly staff there to do all of that good stuff. So
I need to go. I need to go get ketchup.
Let's see, other news today. This is just a stink nationwide.
It is.
What is true, what is not true.
Yeah. It's a mess. But I'm hoping that it is just a extortion type thing, and it's not.
Because he did say someone was trying to extort it, and then it comes out the guy really was trying to get $25 million out of his dad. Maybe one day we'll get to the bottom of this with Matt and see what really went on there.
Is that his dad right there?
I believe so.
Okay. All right.
So that's headlines on that one. Let's see what's going on in North Carolina today. Nothing like doing stuff you shouldn't at home, and then your kid gets you busted, as this story brings it to where a 27-year-old mother she's doing some drugs, and her kid takes part of it to school. 1/2 pound of cocaine.
Oh, my gosh.
And I guess she showed it to other students there, and mom now, that's what the kid took to school. Look at this.
Oh, my God. I mean, what was he planning on doing?
I don't know. Or did mom put it in the backpack?
I don't know. I mean, surely to goodness,
they've launched
selling it or something. You know what I'm saying?
They've launched an investigation into it, but mom is the one that's in deep. What's the word I'm looking for?
Mess.
Yeah, we'll go with that word.
Yeah.
So there you go. This, and you brought this up to me, that this happened not long ago with somebody else that done something similar. And it has to be drugs of some sort involved to do these awful crimes like this. But a Chicago man is charged with murdering and stabbing his step-grandmother 35 times with a samurai after she had come back from church. Here he is, and that was his grandmother that he killed.
People have lost their ever-loving minds.
They have.
Really.
Just,
You know, the Capitol policeman that died the other day when the guy hit him, ran over two people, I think it was, ran over him, and then they had bought a knife. It shows video of them buying a knife, and it looked like it was huge, so I'm thinking it was a big knife, you know, where they had purchased it. But got out of the car after they hit him and then charged him with a knife.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so I don't know if they actually stabbed. I don't know, but the officer, you know, he died.
It's horrible. Bad. Gail Williams said that we were talking about the CMA's Murder on Music Row with Alan Jackson and George Strait. What a song that was. Nobody saw it coming when you ran from 16th Avenue. Goodness. Pretty cool. As we look at our next headline here, JetBlue, if you're into flying, are going to be changing up their economy. They're going to be changing the look of it. You'll have more options there. JetBlue is one of the most reasonable airplanes that are out there. Try them, and they have not gotten political as Delta and other airlines have lately.
Didn't John Travolta have something to do with JetBlue? Or
I remember something with a plane, but not enough to go,
I didn't know if he had, like, if he owned JetBlue.
I got a good friend that's a pilot for them, and he says they treat him well.
That's good.
So hopefully they're doing good. This I totally disagree with. If I have a eating contest and I say, come on over, Candace, we're going to see who can eat the most pie, and you sign the waiver that says, okay, I understand that I could choke, that's be it. But not so in America.
I think eating contests are crazy anyway. I've never, it makes me nauseous to watch it. I don't like it because usually they get sick right after they
who's
eat all
the
mess.
world champion eats like 40-something hot, or maybe it's 60 hot dogs in a certain time limit?
Yeah, a certain period of time. I mean, you're cramming food down your throat at like Mach speed. Why do you not think you could choke
and
or be sick?
This was
Why
a
would you even want to do that?
taco eating contest. Yeah. Tacos would be harder to eat. Hot dogs, that guy practices like weeks of one. Oh, but the family is suing, and of course, you know, they had guidelines
so
of the rule.
This is the man that died?
Yeah, that was him, the picture of the man that passed away from it.
Goodness.
But, you know, if you enter those contests, you do run that risk.
Yeah.
We find out after studies, and I know this from having a daughter, they're just tough out there. How many people know a redhead?
I know some redheads, yeah.
Study reveals that they can take higher pain than blondes or brunettes. You're in for it on both sides of this, no matter what color your hair is.
Because their skin pigment producing cells lack the function of a certain receptor. Huh.
Yeah, I'm not a scientist, but they say redheads, they tougher.
I love red hair. I wish I had red hair. But anyway, I wish I was a natural
I was trying
redhead.
to picture you as a redhead.
I'm a natural brunette. I do have a pretty high tolerance for pain, though. I will say that. I do, but I guess not as much as redhead.
So salute to all you redheads out there that can take it there. And I guess this works. You know, you asked me about your new refrigerator that costs like an arm and a leg when you get one nowadays.
All of them do, though. You go looking for a refrigerator, you better have some money in your hand.
Well, when we built our house, I want to say ours was like $2,800 for a refrigerator.
We didn't pay that much for ours, but we paid a good bit for it, and I mean right after we got it. I'm talking about like the day after we got it. My son was in a chair leaning back, and it went back and hit it and went doo-doo-doo, like 3 little dings in it. I was sick to my stomach.
I'd say so.
Yeah. And, of course, my husband was really upset.
Bet so.
But anyway, I'd love to know how to get the little dents out of it.
So if you got a solution, she'd love to talk to you.
Right. I looked it up, and it says like a little, almost like a little mini plunger thing, suction cup thing, and it says to heat it. You know, I got the hair dryer, and I was heating it, and the only suction cup I had was one I had stuck to the window for a wreath.
Oh, didn't work, huh?
No, it was too big. Anyway.
But some of these refrigerators now, if you get into the electronics to where it tells you the weather, it's $4,000. I mean, they are, whoo. And so a lady has come up with a hack there. If you've got scratches on yours, that she says this will work. It's a 3-step process where you get down here, you take a scrubber, go over it with toothpaste, use a brush, then wipe it down with some oil, and it should come out and buff it out. It says it'll take the scratches out of it. And that's what she says happens. There's her scratch. She does that, and then there it is clean.
Huh. Well, you know, I heard when people used to listen to CDs all the time, if you got scratches on your CDs, I've always heard toothpaste like would help that. I don't know.
Don't believe that about the headlights on your car that's turned yellow either. That don't happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that does not work.
Mine on my Honda have that like foggy look, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You're supposed to take toothpaste on it and it'd clear it up. Oh. Yeah, I've yet to see that work.
I just need new covers, I think, on mine.
So smart decision there. If you can figure out a hack that's gone viral there on TikTok on how to clean that out to make it look better, though. But there's always a little hack that that people invent because things cost so much these days. You have to try to figure out how to take care of them.
Yes, they definitely do. Everything, appliances of all kinds, washers and dryers. I mean, dishwashers.
Yeah, ours died after 22 years. I was hoping to get 35, but it didn't happen. We had to go on and purchase some more. Let's take a minute and talk about something that, well, taking care of your products makes it last longer. And that's where our friends at Sanders take care of you. Sanders Gas there. If you've got an air conditioner, heat pump, cool unit, invite them out to tune it up, to check it out, cleaning out your coils with this prolongs the life of your air conditioner unit. Very important there to make sure that that's clean. If it's not working right, talk to them. They'll come out and do that and check your Freon level. And as always, as storms approach, with high winds, it puts power out. We don't want you to be without power. See them and see how affordable getting a Generac generator would be.
Yeah.
It's a life changer there. You can find them there on 22nd Avenue. They'll come out to your home, look at all your power, how many air conditioners and refrigerators that you have, and tell you which unit would supply your home. See them. They'll make you a great price on this. Again, it's Sanders Gas here in Meridian. See them today. Get a price on this. Let them take care of you, whether it's gas logs, anything you might need. Maybe you need a new tank set at your house. Sanders Gas, great folks right here in the community. Chuck will make sure that they take care of you.
That's right.
All right. What are you doing today?
I'm just going to work today, and then I'll be weather watching tonight.
Yeah, we don't want you to forget that, y'all.
I know. Yeah, don't forget it, and be prepared, and make sure, like Scotty Ray said, you have 2 sources of being able to watch what's going on.
Let's just glance at radar before we go away and show that currently we don't have anything that's really close to us. Little Rock, Fayetteville got some rain right now. All of this stuff is going to be late tonight coming into us. As you see, Mississippi, Alabama is clear. A few showers there jumping up between Tyler, Texas and Texarkana. Nothing to worry about yet. It will be late tonight before this stuff affects us. And we're sitting at a level 2. And let me pull this back up and show everybody of just our areas of concern tonight of what we need to watch. And here this is. West of Philadelphia, we're looking at a 3. The Meridian area all through here and into Alabama is going to be an area 2. So we'll watch this western side of Winston County and Neshoba County and the Delta.
Yeah.
And again, our timeline is midnight to 5 a.m. Expect showers around Philadelphia and stuff around 8 p.m. the Meridian area, 10 p.m. Severe weather could pop up at any time all the way through about 5 a.m. So there you go. That's our weather situation. And round 2 comes Friday night after you're in bed also and to early Saturday morning.
We got a birthday party Saturday to go to. I hope it's clear for that.
So remind everybody not to be sleeping up in without no clothes on tonight.
That's right.
Because the volunteer fire department don't want to see you.
Yeah, that would be bad.
It's like an image that you could never get rid of.
Yeah, that would be awful.
So
emergencies.
Wear several layers of clothes.
Or at least have them handy to throw them on. I mean, you know.
You probably would.
I'm going to stay away from that. Just like, y'all just wear some. I mean.
Well, you know, it's you think about when you wake up, because this morning I was like 8 minutes late. That's not like me. And I was trying to I couldn't even find my way over to find my cowboy hat.
I'm so sleepy. I mean, look, I'm sleepy right now. I'm wanting to yawn. Gosh. But when I get up in the mornings, I'm doing good to be able to see, to get to the bathroom, to get to the laundry room, to get to the kitchen. I mean, seriously, I stumped my toe on the bed. I mean, it's just like, it's awful.
What was it that song Willie Nelson had? The last thing I needed, the first thing this morning was to have you walk out on me. was a great song where he got up, he bumps his toe, and he tries to get to the kitchen. Something else bad happens.
Is that not the worst, though, to walk around the bed and your little pinky toe?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just take it. You just about take it
Then
off.
after you've stumped your toe and everything that's gone wrong and your coffee machine won't work, you sit down at the table and your wife has left you and she left a note that said goodbye. Last thing I needed.
Leave a note. That'd be bad on a Post-it.
People have done it.
They have, I'm sure.
If you remember, because I remember speaking with Ronnie Dunn. Ronnie Dunn, such a great person of Brooks and Dunn. And when he first come to Meridian, when they got signed, I met with him, and they done, Malia Peavy back then had the Peavy House. And I talked with Ronnie probably 30, 40 minutes that day, just me and him talking about his songwriting. And he said he toted around that one line, lipstick note. You remember that lipstick note across the mirror this morning? Said goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I had that one line. He said, I carried it in my wallet for years. And he said, I knew one day. And he said, it come to me one day. And he said, I finished writing the song to it. One of the best songs that was never released to radio was When It Comes to Love, I've Got a Lot to Learn. He was so proud of that song. It's on the very first album, Boot Scootin' Boogie, had all those songs on it, but it was never released to radio.
A good album.
Check it. It's on YouTube. Listen to it. One of his very first that he wrote.
Okay. Yeah, I loved Brooks and Dunn. Are they still together?
They're doing some shows. They were broke up. And you got to remember, they toured separate buses and all. They were put together by the record label, and it worked.
Yeah.
You had Kix, who was hyper. And then Ronnie that did move.
Yeah, I remember when I heard Kix sing, I just didn't think he,
Didn't do it for you.
I mean, he did better in the background, I think.
I walked through the kitchen 2 weeks ago, and I was sipping a cup of coffee, and I was looking at the TV going, I know that person. I said, Angie, who is that? And she goes, oh, that's Kix Brooks. He's on Lifetime movies now.
Really?
Yeah, he was playing, and he
didn't have his cowboy hat on. So
he played a great part. Some part of his daughter was married some city guy, and he didn't like it.
Oh, really?
So thumbs up, Kix.
I'm going to have to go to Lifetime and watch. I wonder if he'll be in some Christmas movies.
Oh, I'm sure it's coming.
Well, I watch Lifetime Christmas movies now.
You can't help
Hallmark Christmas movies, all that. Yeah.
Hallmark. Boy.
The Hallmark Channel.
A lot of people love that.
Yeah, I do. I love it at Christmas. I have to get in the Christmas mood, turn on the Hallmark. That's one of the first things I do, start watching the Hallmark movies.
So we're in the 4th month. It's not really that long off to Christmas.
Just I don't even think about Christmas right now, though. I mean, You
ain't paid for the first one yet, have you?
Well, I hate that it's so commercialized.
It is.
I really hate that part about it. I mean, everybody likes to get a little gift every now and then, and I know Christmas, with Santa Claus, kids love it, but it's just so commercialized. I feel like the meaning of Christmas has, it's not. It's focused on.
It's not. It doesn't have Christ in it as much as it should.
Right. And this year more than ever, people need to be really.
And speaking of, and I meant to put this. I'm glad you said that. Did anybody watch Joe's Easter speech?
No.
Not once, not ever during his Easter speak did he bring up Jesus Christ.
Really?
Not once. The whole reason that we have Easter, never
He's
brought
risen.
it up.
Right. I mean, it's all about it.
So I thought I'd point that out. If you hadn't noticed it, go back and do a little research. I'm not wrong on that.
What did he talk about? Like just bunny rabbits?
Bunny rabbit stuff, but he never brought up Jesus, the reason for the season.
Yeah.
Anyway, we want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining us this morning. It means a lot.
Thank you so much. Yes. We enjoy doing this, and we enjoy hearing from everybody. And
thanks, Chad Acton, for watching. We appreciate you there, Chad. So we roll into another day. It's gorgeous right now, changing tonight. Join me. You want to get up midnight and come over?
Lord, I ain't coming over here. I might give you a phone call. I might FaceTime you and go, hey, I'll be looking rough at midnight.
We see how the loyalty goes. But again, we want to say thank you to each and one of you. We hope you have a blessed day and that many blessings come your way.
That's right.
We forget anything?
I think so.
The food drive.
Food drive is today at 11 o'clock.
And that's also in Kemper County at 11 at the Sheriff's Department.
Okay.
Kind of weeds out bad people showing up. They got it all in one there.
It's 9:34 right now, so y'all just remember that people line up early.
Yeah.
So get there early so you can get in line, because, I mean, there's probably tons of people already there in line. take advantage of it not raining today, because I know they have had some rain in the past. So
that's Kemper and Lauderdale counties,
right.
Ag Center, Meridian, and Kemper County Sheriff's Department there in the industrial park in Kemper County.
That's right. If you know somebody that might be in need of food, go get some for them. You know, you can do that. So,
Debbie Penny, thank you for watching. We hope you have a great day also.
Yes.
We'll be back tomorrow together. I may look rough in the morning if we stay up all night, but I'll be here throughout the day. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by